Okay. Hello students. Today we will discuss political science optional. Okay. Its importance in civil services examinations. How this syllabus is having relevance in our general studies also. Okay. So all these syllabus more or less we will study in our general studies syllabus also. So why I am discussing only political science syllabus now itself is whichever optional you takes all are other components from the general studies syllabus, but whereas in political science name itself indicating it is the political science, day to day politics you will come to know. Okay, so all these areas of syllabus you will be come across in everyday life. So for that reason, compared to other optionals, all these syllabus is more or less relevant to your day to day life. So for that reason, this political science syllabus seems vast, but while you studying or while you come across this syllabus, you feel that it is already studied in general studies. So it will reduce your preparation burden. So that is the reason why I am discussing now political science optional and its success rate in civil services examination, whether it is prelims or mains or interview. Okay, so this political science syllabus is having relevance in all areas of our civil services preparation. So if you observe the part paper 1 section B political science syllabus, you will come across all this syllabus: freedom struggle, Indian constitution making, silent features of Indian constitution, federalism. So if you observe all these components, you will come across this freedom struggle in your Indian history. Okay, so if you observe your Indian history syllabus, you will come across this freedom struggle. So what is this freedom struggle? Freedom struggle is basically regarding the Indian national movement, INM. Okay, Indian national movement. So in our Indian national movements from 1885 to 1947, you will study all this syllabus in your history syllabus. Okay, Indian history. So particularly modern India, modern Indian history, you will study all these components of this freedom struggle. So in the part of Indian national movements, you will come across various stages, whether it is moderate stage, extremist stage, Gandhian era. So all these components you will study in the Indian history in general, modern Indian history in particular, and also in Indian national movement you will study all these components. So all these components you will study in the name of freedom struggle. So you are studying this syllabus in Indian history, especially modern Indian history. Again you are studying in the political science optional. So once you will study this syllabus, you can reduce your burden whether in history or in political science syllabus. So here you are reducing your preparation component. Okay, so that's why while opting political science syllabus, you will reduce your time period and the preparation period while opting the political science syllabus. So this is particularly Indian history. So if you observe the other area, so that is Indian constitution making. So Indian constitution making is not a document which is prepared in a single day. Okay, so it was started in 1858 after Sipai Mutiny. From then onwards till 1947, this constitution making was taken place in a different periods. Take for example Round Table Conference, Okay, Mountbatten Plan. Okay, so likewise through these stages our constitution has been prepared. So while studying the Indian constitution making, you are reducing your preparation burden in polity also. So this Indian constitution making, you will study your general studies Indian polity also, silent features of Indian constitution, federalism. So all these areas you will study in your political science, Indian polity syllabus. So these three components you will study in your polity syllabus. So by opting this political science syllabus, you are able to reduce your preparation time period. So if you observe federalism, you will study center state relations, okay. So union judiciary, state judiciary, and particularly you will study fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy. So likewise many components of Indian polity you will study in the part of these areas. So by opting political science syllabus, again you are reducing your preparation burden in polity also. So these are the certain advantages by taking political science as a your mains optional. So this is the advantage of having political science syllabus in your UPSC preparation. So this is regarding the history and Indian polity. So by observing this planning economic development, so if you observe the Indian economy, you will study the socio-economic development in your economic syllabus. This area of syllabus you will study in Indian economy. So socio-economic development. So this is the main area of Indian economy syllabus. So again you are studying here planning and economic development. So from planning commission, so now we are not having planning commission, but earlier it was having, now it is Niti Aayog. Okay, so how these areas, these institutions are making the planning to make India as a socially and economically developed country. So this is the area where you are overlapping with your economy syllabus. So this is the area where you are overlapping and reducing your burden. So this is the areas by opting the political science syllabus you can able to get advantage. So this is the history, polity, economy. So again if you observe this caste, religion, ethnicity in Indian politics, you can able to understand the how Indian society is functioning. Okay, so because whenever you are having idea regarding Indian society, then you can able to understand the traditions, structures, and all other customs. So whenever you are able to understand this Indian society, your functioning also would be effective, because whenever you are having idea on Indian society, then only you can understand their problems. Okay, whether it is caste problem, religious problem, any area of problem. So whenever you are having idea on Indian society, then only you can able to function effectively. So this base is giving political science optional. So here you are studying all these areas. By studying these areas, you can able to understand the Indian society, because you will function in Indian society, right? So whenever you are having idea on Indian society, you can able to function properly. So by understanding this caste, religion, ethnicity, all these things, you can come to know what are the problems are existing in Indian society. So what are the action you must take to address all those issues. So not only as a civil servant you are in a position to dispose your duties, but again there are certain movements are taking place, whether it is environment movement, social movement. Okay, so these movements are taking place to address their issues or to bring the notice of lawmakers. Here who are the lawmakers? Whether parliamentarians or legislators. So in Indian Parliament we are having certain MPs, legislatures also we are having certain legislative assembly members. So these are the lawmakers. So by doing these movements, they are bringing the certain issues in front of these lawmakers. Whenever they are able to know the problems of Indian society, they also can contribute to address their problems. So likewise, by understanding these areas, you can able to reduce your burden and you can get the advantage. Okay, so this is the area where you can get the more marks. So now in this class I have basically discussed in paper 1 section B of the syllabus, that is Indian government and politics. So by studying this Indian government and politics, you can able to reduce this burden. You can concentrate your preparation time in other areas also. So this is the thing. Apart from these areas, there are another area also you can able to understand. So that is the Indian political thought and Western political thought. So in the part of this political science syllabus, you can able to understand the Indian political thought and Western political thought. So what is this Indian political thought and Western political thought having relevance in general studies? So by studying this Indian political thought, you can able to understand the political thinkers like Mahatma Gandhi, okay, Nehru, Ambedkar, Aravinda Ghosh, okay, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, okay. So you can able to understand the ideas of these Indian political thinkers. So why we need to know these political thinkers ideas? Because these ideas will be asking in the form of questions in our ethics and integrity paper. So by able to understand these thinkers ideas, we can able to write. Take for example Mahatma Gandhi's one idea. If you want to see the change, okay, so if you want to change the world, be the change, okay. So this question was asked in essay also and ethics paper also. So if you want to change the world, be the change. So this is idea given by Gandhiji. So on this statement there was a question. So likewise, by able to understand these thinkers ideas, you can able to write your answer effectively in your mains examinations. Likewise in Western political thought also, there are certain thinkers, okay. So Western political thought, take for example Aristotle, J.S. Mill, okay, Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau. So these thinkers given ideas regarding on various components. So by understanding this Western political thought also, you can able to write your ethics and integrity paper answers effectively. So in these ways, political science optional contributing to your preparation. So in this class, I have discussed mainly how paper 1 of Indian political science syllabus contributing to your success and reducing your burden. So in next video we will discuss how second paper contributing to the your success. So this is the